I want to, like, I have come to realize in the last 3 or 4 years, like, everything I thought was true is probably true, which is like, I'm playing a fundamentally different game than almost everybody. And like, my goals break down in things. One, I want to have no regrets when I'm old. Big, right? So like I'm squeezing everything, right? Number two, I want to have the most people ever show up to a funeral of all time.
Nice. Like help that many people that they feel like connected.
There's a very important thing about funerals. It takes a lot for somebody to not do their normal day or what they're supposed to be up to and stop and travel to somebody's funeral. I'm trying to figure out, like, I want my grandkids to just cry and be like, and by then I tend to, like, I honestly think I'm gonna be famous, like real famous, like honestly, and I still think,
you don't think?
I do.
You think, yeah.
I think I'll be real famous, right? I still think I'll have more people at my funeral than anybody thinks.
Right.
Because there's a reason I'm becoming famous, and it's not because I can sing or because I'm pretty or because I am good at basketball. The only reason people fuck with me is because I'm bringing them value mentally. Like, you know, like it's a totally different like you have to understand the reason. It's the reason musicians are so big. Like the escapism that music does for people is all time. It does it for me. The reason I got real hyped this weekend was because I just listened to fucking T Grizzly. I remember like over and over, like 400,000, like I listened to it for 11 hours in the last 4 days. 11 hours. Because that's how I get. Because T Grizzly is gonna win because of the opening line of that song, which is like, yo, I still think of $50 is a lot of money.
Yo, man, real shit.
There are very few teenagers that ever live their life the way I did, which is, I couldn't hear anybody. Man, I can't tell you, I can't tell you this, like, I didn't hear anybody. Meaning, think about high school and like a kid, like everybody's opinions matters too much. I just valued nobody's opinion but mine. I was in my own head. And not like weird, like I'm super social and like not the awkward, like super outwardly like normal, like I'm unbelievably socially, like everybody liked me. I just couldn't hear you.
You think that's something innate in you or
I
your parents gave you?
I think both.
How did your parents give you that?
I think my mom brainwashed me that I was the best.
Oh.
And thus I was like, yo, I don't care, like,
What you said?
like yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna, like when people are like, you gotta drink this to be cool, I'm like, I don't value those people enough, but I love you. Like, and I see that you're cool and you're pretty and you're cool and you're the most popular, but like, fuck you. Like, I'm not fucking drinking beer if I don't wanna drink beer. Like my core best friends in college, like these are my homies. Their only goal in life was to get me to take one hit from one blunt one time in 4 years, and I didn't do it.
Are you still friends with them?
Yeah.
What?
That was like and like if you think about the silliness of that,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't want to. That was it, like lines in the, so to answer you, what happened, it happened, God, I don't even know when it happened or how it happened, but for some reason, I just never let peer pressure come in any shape, form. I was doing such crazy shit. I was like in high school, like going to like the dollar store, buying shit and selling it in the mall. Like I'd do baseball cards shows in the mall and like all my friends are like, when you're a sophomore in high school, you're like trying to do it. Like, you know, like, and I'm like sitting in the mall, like trying to sell baseball cards and like, I know my friends and like, even like girls that kind of like me in high school were like, why are you doing, like, don't do that. Like, you know, and I was like, fuck you, like I'm doing me. And I've always been that way. And I think now it's playing out where what's really manifest is like, that's the game. The game is like to do everything for you, for them. You gotta, like I always think about being selfish to be selfless. I think I'm so selfish in my own shit that then it allows me to like, that's why I can give so much because I'm not looking for anybody to give me validation. I'm very validated. That means I've already moved on to the next part.
No.
I feel like I'm old. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm 90. Like, you know how like 90-year-olds like don't give a fuck no more? Like that's, you know, like they're like, I'm old. Like, what are you gonna say? Like, fuck you.